The Security Council of the United Nations, as it currently exists, harks back to a period in world history which no longer exists. The geopolitical realities of today are not reflected in the Council. The Council has, in recent years, been progressively unable to take the decisions necessary in order to assist and support the strengthening of international peace and security, largely for geopolitical reasons. The Security Council of the United Nations, as it currently exists, harks back to a period in world history which no longer exists. It was formed, as you know, in the immediate post-1945 era. Since then, the world has changed radically. The geopolitical realities of today are not reflected in the Council. And there are those who claim that the Council is in urgent need of democratization. The fact of the matter is that the Council has, in recent years, been progressively unable to take the decisions necessary in order to assist and support the strengthening of international peace and security, largely for geopolitical reasons. The geopolitics, the global dynamics of the geopolitics gets imported into the Council, and that results invariably in the use of the veto by one or the other party. Often, this causes immense frustration in the General Assembly, but also beyond. In a key area of concern for the UN as a whole, and that is the key constituency of the 8 billion people who are looking on. So reform of the Council is absolutely necessary. I don't think that there is any member of the United Nations that would deny that there is a need for reform of the Council. Of course, there are those who are less anxious to engage substantively in the process of reform, because if you are in a privileged position, you are not necessarily in a hurry to lose privilege. But I think it is well appreciated that the old formula, the existing formula, is woefully inadequate. And in the interest of the system as a whole, of the multilateral system, and of the ability of the United Nations to discharge its mandate, reform is inescapable. The question then becomes, what is the formula by which this reform would take place? And that is essentially the stuff, the core of the negotiations. Unhappily, I don't have exciting news for you, because the actual negotiations, while there is a decision and there is an apparatus to engage in the formal negotiations for reform of the Council, the commencement of formal negotiations has not taken place. That is something on which members need to come to consensus. And there is no consensus as of now as to when that process should begin. What is happening at the moment is that members are engaging in a discussion on what the elements of the reform might look like. There are several models of how the UN, how the Security Council should be constituted. Whether it's an enlargement of the council or an enlargement of the non-permanent members, etc. I think there are about 5 formulas on the table for discussion.